and friends, for a long time, the search for life and extraterrestrial civilizations has become the most concerned topic. In planetary science conferences as well as among the public, most of us believe that if life can exist on Earth, it is very likely to also appear on other planets in the universe. Recently, the American Space Agency NASA announced that they have found an extremely promising planet for life. It is one of the most Earth-like planets ever seen, especially in terms of the planet's size. Scientists speculate that the planet may have an atmosphere similar to Earth or Venus, promising to be a habitable world. More importantly, the newly discovered planet is very close to us astronomically, only about 40 light-years away from Earth. So, what is the truth behind this story? Let's explore together. Human belief in extraterrestrial life was kindled very early. But it wasn't until the 1990s, after the discovery of the first exoplanet, that we truly began the survey of exoplanets, searching for habitable worlds. A habitable planet, simply understood, must be a planet like Earth. That means it lies within the star's habitable zone, called the Goldilocks zone. It is a distance that is just right, not too hot and not too cold, for the planet to maintain liquid water on its surface. Therefore, if the planet has a suitable atmosphere, Earth-like life could develop. Starting from those basics, scientists have trained their telescopes to search for exoplanets, especially worlds within the Goldilocks habitable zone. However, they are not always lucky enough to encounter such worlds. Each year, only one or a few planets among thousands of confirmed planets are found to be within the Goldilocks zone. Recently, using the TESS Exoplanet Survey satellite, NASA scientists announced they have discovered a world full of promise for life. The planet, Earth-sized and located in the Goldilocks habitable zone, is one of the planets closest to us astronomically in the universe. That exoplanet is Gliese 12b. If you place Gliese 12b next to our planet, you will see it is slightly smaller. S radius is about 95.8% of Earth. With this size, it is similar to Venus, which is about 94.9% of Earth's radius. Although it has a comparable radius, the planet appears quite heavy, with a mass about 3.87 times that of Earth. This indicates that it is a planet with a fairly dense composition. The planet orbits a red dwarf star at a distance of 0.0688 astronomical units, or about 10.3 billion kilometers, which is only about 6.9% of the distance from Earth to the Sun. However, because the host star it orbits is a relatively cool red dwarf, the amount of radiation the planet receives from its star is only about 1.6 times the radiation Earth receives from the Sun. Compared to Venus, the amount of radiation received by planet Gliese 12b is only about 85% of the radiation Venus receives from the Sun. That means, comparing the amount of radiation received from the host star, the planet could be hotter than Earth but cooler than Venus. Scientists believe that if the planet has no atmosphere, its surface temperature would be only about 42 degrees Celsius, hotter than Earth's average temperature of 15 degrees Celsius. However, if it has a thick atmosphere, the surface temperature could be hotter. At a distance of 10.3 million kilometers, the planet takes only 12.8 days to complete one orbital cycle. This means 1 year on this planet is equivalent to only 12.8 days on Earth. If humans had the opportunity to set foot and live on the planet, our lifespan could be counted in hundreds of years. In summary, Gliese 12b is a temperate world near Earth and potentially habitable. It lies in the Goldilocks zone, the star's habitable zone, meaning if the planet has water, it would exist in liquid form. As we know, water is a prerequisite for Earth-like life to exist.
Therefore, the ability to retain water on its surface makes this planet an ideal target for research. Gliese 12b is the only exoplanet orbiting the parent star Gliese 12.
The star is located in the direction of the constellation Pisces, about 40 light-years from Earth, or about 380 trillion kilometers.
This is a very great distance for humans. With current technology, we certainly cannot send a spacecraft to the planet. However, considering astronomical distances, it is a relatively close distance. It is one of the exoplanets closest to Earth. Shashir Dholakia, a PhD researcher at the Centre for Astrophysics at the University of Southern Queensland in Australia, said, Gliese 12b is one of the best targets to study whether Earth-sized planets orbiting cool stars can maintain an atmosphere. This is an essential step to enhance understanding of the potential for life on planets in the galaxy. The star that the planet orbits is named Gliese 12, a red dwarf star, a type of star generally known to be much smaller and cooler than our Sun. S mass, and in terms of radius, it is only about 27% of the Sun.
Therefore, the temperature emitted by the star is quite low, only about 3,000 degrees Celsius, much lower than the Sun's 5,500 degrees Celsius.
The lower luminosity of red dwarf stars means their habitable zones are located closer to them. This explains why the planet, despite being very close to its host star, still lies within the star's Goldilocks zone. The discovery of an Earth-sized exoplanet very close to us, yet converging many potential factors for life like Gliese 12b,
provides an excellent opportunity for deeper study with the James Webb Space Telescope.
The remaining task for scientists is to determine whether this planet has an atmosphere. During the planet's next transit in front of its star, James Webb could observe light passing through the atmosphere if one exists. That light would carry the distinctive signatures of elements in the atmosphere, which James Webb is sensitive enough to detect. Scientists predict that if the planet has an atmosphere, it would be relatively thin, which is good news for life. Because a thick atmosphere would make the planet's temperature much higher than 412 degrees Celsius, unfavorable for life. Conversely, even without an atmosphere, this remains a promising target for studying extraterrestrial life.
Especially life around red dwarf stars, the most common type of star in the universe.
The discovery of planet Gliese 12b was announced by NASA on May 23, 2024. And is currently attracting significant public interest.
To detect this intriguing planet, NASA used the Transiting Exoplanet Survey Satellite, TESS,
with research contributions from 2 international astronomy teams. The TESS satellite is renowned for searching for exoplanets using the transit method, meaning it surveys a wide area of the sky once a month, monitoring brightness changes in tens of thousands of stars. If a planet passes in front of a star, it causes the star to dim slightly, revealing the presence of an exoplanet. In this way, TESS has detected 440 exoplanets to date. Red dwarf stars are small and cool, making them ideal targets for TESS to search for planets. The reason is simple. A smaller star means its light is not overwhelmed by the host star. And its low mass allows orbiting planets to create larger wobbles in the star's motion. These effects make smaller planets easier to detect.
After being detected by TESS, an international research team from the University of California, USA, the University of Tokyo, Japan, and the Centre for Astrophysics of the University of Queensland, Australia,
began verifying and confirming the existence and habitability potential of Gliese 12b. The teams agree that studying the habitability of Gliese 12b could shed light on some aspects of the solar system's evolution. They explain, Earth and Venus both lie within the Sun's habitable zone, but ultimately only Earth has life, while Venus does not. Therefore, in-depth study of Gliese 12b's atmosphere could teach us much about how life is sustained on planets in the solar system.
At this point, the video from Part 2b will take a break. Wishing you relaxing and informative moments.
Hello and see you in the next videos. Best regards, goodbye.
Please subscribe to the Gliese 12b channel.